All right. So as we're letting everyone in, you can either wave your hand if you do it on your computer or hold up your daily sheets or big rocks. We're going to be a little bit light on the coaching call because I posted in the private Facebook group and Ignite, but I normally do like a walkie-talkie reminder yesterday and this morning. And I just got a new phone, which was like murder on my nerves, but I had to have the right mindset and be patient when I was there. But my Voxer app is not downloaded. I just got my new phone a couple days ago. So sorry about that. So I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you showed up. Use the private Facebook group as well, because all the reminders and information is in there. So after you get done putting in some of your big rocks, put in what you're grateful for today. Are you grateful for a blue sky today? It's super nice out where I'm at. Are you grateful for the fact that you worked out this morning? I know Saul is amazing. He works out. He does, I think it's Pilates, right, Saul? Where is he? I saw him. Yeah, he does Pilates like a boss. And yes, so maybe he did that. So what are you grateful for? And then also put your wins in there. And let me check the chat. Wins and successes from yesterday. Jennifer said, where's a good place to order one? You can have someone on Fiverr do it. You just send them. Don't do your company's logo though. Okay. Remember, unless it's your own brokerage that you own and you're going to own it forever, but come up with some other kind of branding or Jennifer, there's picture frames in the background, like above a virtual fireplace. And you can put like your headshot up there or something with a tagline like leading mortgage lender, or do something cool. But just make sure when you guys are doing your virtual backgrounds, you're not branding off of your companies in case you move. But you can go to Fiverr or Upwork and it should be maybe $15, $20 at the most for them to create you a virtual background, because all they do is choose a template and then add your headshot or your logo or something on there. So don't pay $100 for it or even over $20 for it. It should be super, super cheap. So okay, let me see. Got my business domain fixed. Yay, Lori. Awesome. The universe that always provides me every need. Love that, Jennifer. Isn't that the truth? VTs, watch modules. Okay, awesome. Pilates and Saul, yeah, Pilates and a big $1 million loan close. Awesome, Sal. I'm going to give that a little rose emoji. So good. Christelle said big rock. Collaboration for divorce article and setting up my April content with a newly defined pillar. Good. Put in the chat, Christelle, what's your newly defined pillar? I think that was a typo. The gray divorce, I think. Gray divorce? Is that when you get divorced when you're like older?
Yes.
And have gray hair?
Yep.
Oh, is it really?
Yep. I have one article and there's another one coming out. So 3 articles on that topic.
Oh my gosh. That's, you know what? My mom sat with me when I was debating in 2017. I was debating on getting a divorce. And she sat with me at this pub and she said, Tiff, don't wait until you're old like me. Like, go now when you're younger and you still can go out. And I always think I was 38 or something when she was telling me this. And it was like the best advice because I did not want to go through a gray divorce. So I love that, Christelle. Awesome. I'm grateful for a beautiful day and joined Ignite. Yes. Welcome, Lana. Yes. Love it. Lana is doing the work. She was in Leap and she's like, I want more. So she's been in it for 3 months. She shows up to every coaching call. She's doing the work. She stopped cold calling. She's getting more confident, getting more organized. She's great at technology. So she's a great fit for Ignite. So awesome. Discipline to get up every day and go to the gym. You're so good about that, Brent. Caesar wins. Meeting with manager to go over a few possible deals. Awesome. Well, major life alignment with numerology, which leads to my most authentic. Christelle, you and I have to have like a one-on-one and talk about numerologies because I feel like I have some kind of calling about learning more about that. And I see so many numbers and combo numbers and all these things. So I need to talk to you about that. So awesome wins, more referred prospects this week. Thankful a little bit more time to figure this out while working my full-time job. Awesome, Lori. Okay, so keep it going in the chat. Mike said, oh, interesting. I'm grateful for my new journey in the mountain with light snow. Love it. Okay, cool. So keep it going, celebrating wins and successes, gratitude, big rocks. If you just joined, I'm literally leaving people in the waiting room. So let me let them in real quick here and we'll get into the content. I am going to open it up for Q&A. for you guys. So whatever questions you have about ask me anything kind of thing, let's do that towards the end. Please do remember that we have office hours with Christelle on Tuesdays. So she actually created an event in the private Facebook group so you can find the Zoom link. So make sure that if you have any kind of questions, not only do you have the support at tiffanyrosecoaching.com, you have me at the end of these coaching calls. I've been doing it kind of in the beginning of the coaching calls, but I don't want to spend too much time on that since we have the Tuesday slot for that at 11 a.m. PST. You also have private Facebook group. You can DM me if my Voxer doesn't end up re-uploading, and I think I'll be able to figure it out. But make sure you're DMing me so you have a boatload of support. Lean on each other. And make sure that you're getting the support. Don't be like me where I paid for coaching programs before when I was younger and I would not participate. And then I would feel kind of bad because I didn't show up and I would feel behind. Then I would feel defeated. Then I would start self-sabotaging. Remember, like, I wasn't just born being a coach that had all this mindset and understood AI and technology and all these things. Money blocks were gone. I had to work my way up here. So everything that I know you may be experiencing is like that old version of myself. And I still struggle through certain things and have to remind myself, right? So, yes. So make sure you're doing that. Let me admit, Tanisha. And yes, Christelle.
I want to add also, thank you so much for all those who are coming on Tuesdays, and also collaborating with each other. So although I'm holding this space, each person who's coming into the call, they have their own experience with the questions being asked. It's almost like we're self-teaching each other and what we've had failures, where we're doing better. And just, it's not me teaching per se. It's actually being the space where we bring the questions, and like, I think Ava has been consistent. Jennifer has attended. I think she tried to come an hour before because I created so much confusion with time zones. But it's really a fun moment, but know that I'm also, let's get some actions done. So if you fear a block, I'm here to really hold the space of let's remove the block. So, and Saul was there also. So just, Jill, I mean, I just love the fact you guys are coming, showing up and helping each other out. I'm not just teaching. So come join us on Tuesdays. And if you're confused about time zone, check your time zone. It is 2 p.m. Eastern, but make it on your calendar as a recurring. And when you can, join us. I'm doing my best to have it on Facebook Live, but I can't really take your questions there. It's going to be more on this Zoom. So thank you so much. Thanks, Tiffany.
Perfect. Awesome. So just a recap for those of you that just let into the waiting room, make sure you are filling out your daily sheets. Make sure you're showing up to the Tuesday Q&A with Christelle and obviously these coaching calls. And if you didn't hear the reminder on Voxer, make sure you're looking for it in the private Facebook group until I either find a workaround or get new access to the Voxer app. But you still have a ton of support, so don't worry about Voxer. So, okay, good. Thank you, everybody. So again, write down your questions for towards the end of this. I want to go over the 7 levers of success today. And I'm going to do a little bit different. So yesterday, Tuesday, on my Leap coaching call for my other, my monthly membership. So I did some of these, but I switched it up a little bit and I created slides. And I thought, you know what, that was so impactful. And I felt like it was really, really helpful. So if you've heard this before, whether it's in Leap or a past coaching call of mine or some kind of training or whatever, it is now. Not only do I want you to identify these different 7 levers that you can pull to make lead gen, more success, more closed loans, of course, is the ultimate goal. I want you to actually implement it. So pick something and go for it. There's a lot of noise out there. We may think that as loan officers right now, that interest rates are the whole reason why everything's, not working for our business or not working enough. That realtors didn't know how to market, that, cold calling's a thing of the past. There's a lot of this external circumstances. Inventory is too low. People don't have great credit. Affordability is an issue. Yes, those are all external, but I'll tell you what, the number one block for you is all the noise and not being able to filter that noise and do the right money-making activities. So as I go through these levers, hopefully my goal for you today is to kind of cut out some of that noise that's out there so you can really make the most impactful 5, 6, 8 hours in your work days, Monday through Thursday. Remember, Friday mornings, you're doing your batch work, your video content, pre-scheduling everything out. Friday afternoons is nails, haircut, dry cleaning, dentist appointments, moving those big rocks, doing cleanup from the week, handling anything that you didn't get done Monday through Thursday, whatever that is. That's kind of your personal time that you can breathe and do some of the personal or business stuff you didn't get complete before the weekend. So make sure that you're filling out your daily sheet on Fridays. Whatever your big rocks are for Monday, write it down. I leave mine on my desk chair or in front of my laptop. Otherwise, I would get to Monday morning, I would completely forget all those little minute things I was working on or the big things, even the hard stuff that I didn't get accomplished Friday. I gotta write that stuff down. I like handwriting, but if you like typing it in, that's fine. So, all right. So we're gonna go over the 7 levers. Christelle, I made you a co-host. So if you can watch the meeting room, just admit people in as they come in, because I don't want to leave anybody out. So I made you a co-host, so you should be able to see when people want to get in. So I'm going to share my screen here, and this is really, really important. When I heard these 7 levers, it's actually 9, but I condensed it down to 7 because I'm the most important ones. I almost fell out of my chair. So this is 7 levers for increased success and AKA lead gen, right? Leads solve problems. So these are ways for you to get leads and then have it turn into closed loans. So number 1 is technology. So first lever, think about all the technology that's available to you to collapse time, to scale your business, to follow up with people while you're sleeping or working on your pipeline. So technology is things like, and you can put it in the chat to give other people ideas. I'm not going to be monitoring the chat, but you guys put in your technology so other people get ideas if they have a little bit of writer's block. So this is Big View teleprompter. That's technology. It's allowing you to pre-schedule your stuff out. It's allowing you to put a script in there from my done-for-you scripts or making up your own and completing it. ChatGPT, awesome technology. Canva. Facebook ads, CRM, going deeper in your CRMs and learning the features. Someone's in the waiting room. Sierra, are you able? I'm sorry. Sierra's in the waiting room, Christelle. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm adding them. Yep.
You can see it. Okay. I just want to make sure I was notifying you. Awesome. So this is YouTube. This is Google reviews. Anything that has to do with using a computer, a video, some kind of automation, any kind of tech, whether it's, like I said, ChatGPT is the first place you should start if you're a little bit afraid of technology or you're not familiar with it. Don't go straight to things like Canva, because Canva requires like you learning that so you can create an event, a banner, your YouTube banner, a lead magnet, an ebook, something like that. So use like a baseline, your teleprompter and ChatGPT should be like the first places you start. Then you'll work your way up to knowing how to post, connecting your Instagram and Facebook. So you think about all the million different ways that you're already a boss or pretty much like about to be a boss at technology, and pick something and go all in, but always be thinking as I go through these 7 levers. I know these slides are kind of boring, but maybe I'll add some pictures on them or something, but always be thinking about what is the fastest technology. Don't learn it that's just going to help you learn it. That's going to make you money. That's going to help you generate leads. It's going to collapse time for you, and that's going to help you close more loans. So number 1 is technology. Number 2 is other people's skills. So think about real estate agents. One of my best friends, Viviana, here in Pleasanton, she runs a whole company of realtors. I think she has 40 now. I thought it was 30, but I just talked to her yesterday. She has over 40 realtors now that she runs. And she said, Tiff, I said this a long time ago, but I don't want to hear a loan officer call me and ask me to come into the office and do a first-time homebuyer seminar, right? So you're going to use other people's skills. They're looking for value. Real estate agents want something of value. So either you're bringing in, God, I'd be open if you got a group of people together, realtors or loan officers, I'd be open to giving like 3 or 4 of you, whoever takes action first. I would love to hop on Zoom and teach your real estate agent partners, get them on a Zoom, create a Zoom link, and use my skills of helping them with video, helping them with a framework on it. So use my skills. You can use a CPA to come into a realtor's office. Like 50 something percent of real estate agents have tax liens or have back taxes they haven't paid because they didn't know how to manage their money. So imagine bringing in a CPA and using their skills, and you're doing the introduction. You're already showing yourself as the authority as a brain surgeon, doing a Facebook Live and using a divorce attorney's skills, a solar professional, other people's audiences, but also other people's skills. So pick something. If this is the lever that you're like, damn it, this is like, I needed to hear this today. So you're already a boss at technology like Lana is. Other people's skills. Go find somebody and co-collaborate with them. I teach a lot about that in my events and also in the modules that you'll be coming across or already have. So other people's skills. Other people's mistakes. So when I was starting this journey in 2017, I was literally wasting tons of time, tons of money, and tons of energy. So smart for you for investing in coaching because I was trying to do it all alone. I was making mistakes. So learn from my mistakes. I was wondering why my Facebook ads weren't converting. And it was because I had a boring canned Guild Mortgage, blue and yellow Facebook ad with the house that my virtual assistant in Pakistan got off of Shutterstock. And it said, apply for a home loan today. And it was my little face with my blazer on in the corner. And I was wondering why my Facebook ads weren't converting or I was getting kind of spamish leads. So learn from my mistakes, go grab my done for you scripts, test it out organically. Sorry, Lana, I'm calling you out, but Lana got 10,000 in a good way. Lana got 10,000 views on one of her really good, I think it was edited videos. That's her future Facebook ad. Now she needs 4 more that got a lot of attention like that. She's got 5 creatives. So now already she's learning how to high speed getting more eyes on her brand because she's not doing boring canned Facebook ads like I was or testing out ads using my money. I want you to test out your future ads on organic stuff. If it gets 2,000 plays instead of 200, you know that's a winner. So learn from my mistakes. Don't chase shiny objects. Don't buy 5 different coaching programs at a time. Don't read a whole book or listen to a whole book in its entirety without actually completing each chapter and implementing, taking action and following through, and don't go on to the next chapter until you finish that. I did so much wrong and I'm cutting out so much time for you. So learn from my mistakes, right? I used to call people out and people please in my first coaching sessions. I would be like, my imposter syndrome 3 years ago was insane. So I would call myself, I'm so nervous today. Don't ever call out that you're nervous on a Facebook, on a live or Instagram or talking in front of people. Maybe you get an opportunity to speak on like a realtor association meeting. Don't get up on stage and say, I'm so nervous. This is my first time. You got to speak with authority, right? Don't let that imposter syndrome show you as if you are not cutting a line with confidence, okay? So learn from my mistakes and other people's mistakes. Other people's wins. If you know that Tiffany Rose was able to be a top producer, not chasing realtors, running Facebook ads, posting organically, driving traffic to a landing page, email list building, and doing a first-time homebuyer seminar with the right call to action of book a call with my team to fill out a loan application, basically, I would call it a discovery session, but that's what the end goal is. Those are my wins. That's how I would get 60, 75 people onto an event and like 12 people would fill out loan applications. They just wanted to get to know me. And I only taught for 1 hour and my virtual assistant was running my Facebook ads. Remember, there's a whole module on other people's wins there. And if Christelle, if there's any questions in the chat, I didn't want to let my ADD kick in today. So as I'm going through these levers, answer any questions in the chat if you see anybody asking something that I'm not able to address. Thank you. Cool. So next one, compounding skill set. How many of you put a yes in the chat if you feel like you're getting in this program 1% or more better every single day, every single coaching call, every module? A lot of people are looking for this one big magic pill, And that's going to equal success for them. Like, I paid for this coaching program and all of a sudden loans are going to fly out of your, you know what? You got to keep getting 1% better every single day. And that's going to have compounding skill set to where you look back a year from now and you go, oh my God, I know how to do this. I have a YouTube channel. I have 35 5-star Google reviews. I have my milestone videos built. I know that if I got to get leads, I'm going to do 10 video texts today. And I know someone's going to respond faster and better with more efficiency and more effectively than if I would have cold called or sat in front of my email and was reactive. You are compounding your skill set. So it may feel, remember, for those of you that were on the coaching call, maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I did the 5 phases of the emotional success cycle. Some of you may be brand new and super pumped, like this is my answer to everything. Trust me, it is. But you're going to go into phase 2 very quickly, where the cost of transformation feels too heavy and you're not willing to change and you're holding on to those lies that the bad wolf is telling you in your subconscious, or you're holding on to your bad habits. So know that as long as you're getting 1% better every day, in a month, you're going to be a completely new and improved version of yourself when you recognize those compounding skill sets. That's why celebrating your wins and successes is so important. So as I'm talking, I want you writing down all the different skill sets that you're learning, and that's going to help you celebrate what you are learning, because what you celebrate replicates. Next one is compounding your mindset. So if I'm helping you with your money story, I'm helping you realize the difference between investment versus liabilities in your business. Marketing dollars is a must. Not having broke lender mindset, this is none of you. The people that said, I got to talk to my husband, I got to talk to my wife, I hear it all the time. That's the number one objection for people, because their mindset's not strong enough and they're looking for permission from their spouse instead of support. Their mindset is not where it needs to be in order to make change. So celebrate that your mindset is getting better with money. You know to ask for support, not permission from your spouse. You all invested into getting your skill set better and your mindset. You're overcoming limiting beliefs. Remember, just as a side note, there's always that take action workbook that I give you in Invincible Lender for those of you that came to me through that route. If you're having any limiting beliefs or things, remember in that workbook, I want you to brain dump, like shit on yourself, all the negative things that you think. There's a little page, I think it's on page 11 of the Take Action Workbook, which Christelle can point out. She knows where it is. It's in one of the first modules, and I think it's repeated multiple times in the first modules. Go and brain dump everything negative you think about yourself. Go change it to brand new beliefs. Burn those limiting beliefs. I burned mine outside and I played music and I literally cried. So my neighbors probably thought I was crazy if they were peeping in my backyard. But I burned my limiting beliefs. I gave it back to Mother Earth, and I only have my positive affirmations in a little picture frame. Some of you have seen that. So that's how I'm helping you with your mindset and how you're helping yourself compound better mindset every day. So skill set and mindset. Keep compounding that and keep getting better, and recognize how you're getting better. I'm going to stop share my screen for a second before I go into ways to collapse time. Okay, there's so much in this course. Hi, Roxy. Awesome. So any questions on any of those levers or any comments before I go into the ways to collapse time? Wait, let's see. Wait, Brent said I was so nervous to put it in the chat. Wait, what was Big Rock get real estate license? Oh, okay. Make sure it's not a shiny object. Okay, awesome, Brent. Love it. Can you reiterate all of them? Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let me go back here. I'm just going to kind of scroll through, and then we'll go into ways to collapse time. Okay, so number 1, technology. Number 2, other people's skills. And this is going to be posted in the Facebook group as well, but let's run through it. Other people's mistakes, other people's wins. I'm so serious today. I get so gangsta when I'm teaching. Okay, need to smile. Other compounding skill set, compounding mindset, and now ways to collapse time. So out of all those 7 levers, remember, that we have so much noise. We have our phone dinging and blinging. We're scrolling on social media that's meant to distract you and lock you in. It's actually like there's so much research on when you start scrolling, how it sucks you in, and it could actually suck the life out of you and your business. So make sure that you stay away from that noise. Your email dinging and blinging, borrowers texting you, borrowers calling you, real estate agents calling you. There's so much out there. There's Facebook ads like how you got into my world, right? Most likely. There's webinars, there's UWM stuff, there's podcasts, books that you're reading that take you in a different direction. So be really careful and filter the stuff that brings you to those 7 levers so you can start implementing. If you can net it down to just figuring out something in each one of those categories I went over and implement it, none of the rest of the noise matters. Just do those things. Write those down as your big rocks. I do my best to help you collapse time and see your habits and your patterns. And once you become aware of your negative patterns, thoughts, and habits, you can replace them with better ones. So learn by doing. Self-educated people are the most successful people. I went to college for 4 days. I run a 7-figure business. I bought a house all on my own as a single mom right after my divorce. I've got a really nice retirement, and I went to college for 4 days. So for me, college wasn't necessarily what I needed to do to become wealthy. I had to learn by doing, right? So learn by doing. It's the best resources for you is actually just doing it and implementing. Reading and listening to books, audibles, which I'll talk about in a minute, or watching unorganized information, which is YouTube. I hope I'm not going too fast. I just don't want to go too slow. So unorganized information, that's YouTube. It's going to like a random webinar that you see online, just basically unorganized information where you're just getting little bits and pieces, Instagram reels, TikTok, right? That's not organized. Number 4 is organized information, like the way that I've lined out these modules for you and the way that I've organized the different levers. You can think in your workday, I need to do my CRM, I gotta do some video, I gotta download my teleprompter. I just organized 7 different levers where any of those thoughts is going to be fitting into one of those categories, right? Video falls under technology. Learning Canva maybe could be compounding Skillset. Large classroom settings and masterminds such as this. Smaller classroom settings where you're just getting in a mini mastermind or it's just you in a group, a 4 or 5 person group, and you're learning from each other. You can go straight to one-on-one personal training. So all of these things collapse time. Automations, hell yeah, that collapses time. That's everything that I preach to you is automations. Automations also gives you a way to collect data. So when you run a Facebook ad or you send out a blast email, you can actually study your open rate and your click rate. When you know those kinds of things, you have some automations that go out and you can study your click rate. You'll know what subject lines got people to open your email. So you can do more of that. And you're doing all of this while you're sleeping. And then you go on a Monday and you study your data. I guarantee there's a ton of us that are not studying the data enough. We're not going back and seeing what videos got enough plays. We're not checking our Instagram stories enough. We're not looking at our click rate in our emails, in our CRMs, and maybe we're not looking at our YouTubes enough or whatever it may be. So study the data on your automations. That's what's going to allow you to say, this works, so I'm going to do more of it, and I'm going to throw more money on it. So that way more automations go out and more people get eyes on my brand, my products and services. AI, you already know how that's collapsing time. Identifying big rocks versus little rocks, that's collapsing time. And awareness is a way to collapse time. If you keep doing something over and over again, it's one of the definitions of insanity. You are not collapsing time. If you wake up every day and you look for problems in your email and you're not doing your daily sheet, you're not doing your 10 video texts, you don't know how to find the links to coaching calls, you forgot that there's office hours, you're not aware that you're stuck in this like hamster wheel of doing things ineffectively and inefficiently. So what else? I'm going to stop share for a second. What else are ways to collapse time? And you can take yourself off mute. Delegation. Absolutely. What else do we have? God, I sound like such a teacher.
So I got one. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. So like, you know how we all have emails that we send for things, right? So why not make an email signature as your template? So if you have a pre-approval email, you have your template already there. You have a thank you email, you have your template there. You have a welcome email, you have your template there. It's the same thing as you talk about with your videos and such, but it's just kind of helping automate all of your things.
Yeah, totally. You can take one of my done for you scripts that I've already written out, and you can say, can you give me 10 more similar to this on ChatGPT? You copy and paste all 10 of them into Big View. You go record them on a Friday morning. You pre-schedule them out. You got 10 different days of posts. You share them to your stories. So your Instagram story is rolling. You cross-post to Facebook. I mean, it's like really, I'm helping you build an ecosystem in your business where things are firing off. You're using AI, you're collapsing, you're delegating, you're hiring a virtual assistant, whatever it is. So Brandon, you're absolutely on the money with that. Make video tutorials for assistants. Yes. Thank you, Lori. Awesome. Darius, I think you meant to, did you DM me on purpose? Or if not, you can copy and paste it. I just don't want to call you out. If you meant to put it in the group chat. So, awesome. We, a lot of the times, are our own worst enemy. It's kind of that self-sabotage that I talk about, where we're just letting that bad wolf inside us eat us alive. And you really have to think about, you know way more as an originator than you give yourself credit for. You don't really need to know that much when you take and track a lead. You're just taking the lead, you're finding out what their goals, their budget, their timeline is. You're saying, okay, I'm going to follow up with some options for you. Here's the website link. Do you think you're going to do this within 30 minutes, an hour? When should I follow up with you? Always set a time. Remember, you guys, it's not that hard. And then the underwriter has the tough job. The processor has the tough job. You can use my underwriting checklist. If you're new to doing loans or you feel like you lost your game a little bit because your volume hasn't been as heavy over the last year or two, or maybe even 3. So you can go in and use the underwriting checklist. That's going to be your saving grace to make sure you don't make mistakes when you get the at-bat. So being a boss loan officer is actually not as important because it's so easy, you have so much support within the company. Being a boss marketer and all of these levers is what's more important, but we are our own worst enemy with thinking I'm too new, there's not enough business, I don't like working with realtors. Well, then find a workaround, right? Stop banging your head into a brick wall and thinking that something's going to change. Okay, awesome. Darius said, you're so right. I'm months behind where I should be. I got distracted by shiny things and went way off track. I'm getting back on the Tiffany Rose bus this week. Awesome. I've been my own worst enemy. Awesome. Yeah, failing forward. You may as well, time's going to pass no matter what. We're all getting older and wiser no matter what. You may as well, even if you didn't do a module a week and it takes you 2 years to get through all the modules, it's better than falling off course and go paying for another coaching program or letting this expire and then just going back to your old habits. So no matter what, if you just remember to celebrate what you're doing to get 1% better every day, that's all you need to do. So, all right. Let's see. So, 2 more ways to collapse time that wasn't in the chat. University on Wheels. And then I'll come to you, Joe. University on Wheels that's the way it's the only way with my crazy household. It's the only way I can collapse time. I listen to books when I'm on the treadmill and when I'm driving or podcasts. So I make notes in Audible. You can actually tag things and make notes so you don't have to remember or write it down on a notepad, while you're driving. That's not safe anyways. So the average person drives, let's see, Bob Proctor talks about this in Brian Tracy's Psychology of Sales. The average person drives something like 6 to 8 hours a week. And he did some crazy math that in a year, it's equal to 4-year college education. In 1 year, just by listening to books and information and podcasts while you're driving. If you commute, even more. A lot of us, even driving the kids to school or driving to basketball or sitting in the car while my daughter's getting done with basketball, that gives me an hour to listen to books. I do not scroll aimlessly on social media. I don't need to do that. It's a waste of my time. My mentors tell me all I need to know. I do not need to aimlessly scroll. unless I have an ailment, then I go on TikTok and I decide that I'm dying and I spend 45 minutes deciding I'm dying on TikTok. But other than that, if I'm driving, I'm listening to stuff and implementing. So Mike said I drive with my knee and watch a video. Do you eat a hot dog, Mike, and you get pulled over at the same time and get out of a ticket? I love that story. I'm taking that to my grave. I'm going to share that with everybody I know. So yes, Mike, that's totally makes sense that you do that. All right. So Jill, I'm going to open it up now for the next 20 minutes to Q&A. And we'll get through as much as we can. I do have a hard stop at 10. And then any other questions, you can put it in the private Facebook group and show up to next Tuesday's office hours with Christelle. So, Jill, go for it.
Okay, so I wanted to address how I get sidetracked on social media. First of all, I've stayed away from social media for years because of that. I've just avoided it altogether. And now I'm paying the cost because I don't know anything about it. So now I'm going in, trying to learn different things, how to post, how to do, and I'm, looking for the partners or whoever to post and various different things. And I swear I get sidetracked. I'm off on a bunny trail and then I just shut it off and go, I can't do this. I've wasted, 10 minutes here that I don't have or longer. And so that's one question or one thing I'd like for you to comment on.
Okay. Want me to do that first?
Sure.
Okay. So the Pomodoro effect, I don't know if any of you have heard about it. I've talked about it in the past. Set a timer, Jill, for 25 minutes on your phone, and you do nothing but that. I don't care if you have to put your phone on airplane mode or if you're trying to use it, then you got to just put it on do not disturb so you get no phone calls, no texts, whatever. So 25 minutes and lock in. When that timer starts, you become very self-aware of moving and doing something else and making sure 45 minutes doesn't fly by and you did nothing. So I'll set my timer for 25 minutes. I'll do as much as I can. When the timer goes off, I'll assess how far I've gotten and I'll reset it again 25 minutes. I'll get up, I'll stretch, I'll grab a glass of water, and I will start the timer again. So you have to be aware, we all do, have to be aware of those time sucks. And when we decide to check a little bit of email or we hear a ding, you got to turn off all your notifications and just learn it. Don't wait. Jill or any of you, don't wait for the Q&A, the office hours or the coaching calls or for me to respond on Voxer and using that as a reason subconsciously to procrastinate. Go on YouTube. If I can't figure out how to upload a Zoom music in the waiting room, which I'm working on right now, I went on YouTube yesterday and I started watching unorganized information, but I did nothing but that and I did not procrastinate on it. So whatever you got to do, that timer is really, really helpful because you're going to see how many times it starts to go off and you did absolutely like nothing. So would that be helpful to you, setting the timer, Jill?
That's great. I'm also thinking I should get an egg timer so I can actually hear those minutes ticking. That would be good. So I'll definitely that. The other thing is I'm in the process of getting my CRM set up. I won't go into the story with that, but that's, a work in progress that probably never ends. But with that, I'm wanting to set up, basically leads and options to move forward on getting business in. Some of these options are like the fastest way to be getting business, the ones that I've thought of anyway. And so I feel like I'm, sometimes you use the statement of, slowing down to go forward. And I feel like that's what I'm doing, but I just want to make sure that this isn't an excuse and that there's actually more that I could be doing and something that's really going to move the needle now.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember this, but Tiger Woods switched up his golf swing for a while and it absolutely ruined his game. He got a different coach because he knew the end game was that he wanted to be even better. But it temporarily set him back. So he had to slow down to speed up. People on the news everywhere was talking about Tiger lost it. He's never going to be good again. I mean, talk about mindset. You got to have strong mindset. He ended up being better than ever once he slowed down in order to speed up. So when you're watching these modules and you're going, okay, I'm building out my niches, I'm doing my video text, it took me 3 hours to do it. Trust me, in the end, video texting is going to be the fastest way. Ashley, Brent, I don't even talk to them unless it's on video text. They don't text me, hey, Tiff, whatever. Brent will send me a video text. And it's like, it's easier, it's faster to do it. So you do have to slow down to speed up, but just be really careful, Jill, of the noise. Because I know in the past you said you kind of like signed up for things and didn't like either follow through or it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Don't let that past a bad experience or experiences make you feel like, damn, I've done it again. Like another thing that's going to, not work for me. Just really trust the process. I can't say that enough. And it's no bullshit. If you trust the process and you get your teleprompter and you grab the scripts and you do your 10 video texts, you're going to end up lead genning, saving time, getting more confident on video, testing out organic stuff. That's your future Facebook ads. I mean, learning a little bit of AI, yeah, it's going to take you 3, 4, 8 hours to learn something on Canva, but it's going to help you. So can't say it enough, but you're doing great, Jill, and you're showing up to all the coaching calls. I see you all the time, and I'm so proud of you. And I mean that in the most pure, non-condescending way. So I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jill. Keep going. Who else? Christelle, who had their hands raised first? Did you have? Oh, there's only 2 people. I'll go to Jennifer and then Caesar.
Okay, my question is regarding Canva. I thought I had seen on the resources like a tutorial on how to learn how to use it. But when I went yesterday, I didn't find it. I'm trying to remember where I saw that.
Yes, it is in creating 50 pieces in Canva in 5 minutes is module 4, I think, or 5.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Then I haven't made it to that yet.
Yeah, but I do have let me think. In Invincible Lender private Facebook group, it probably isn't Ignite, but one of the bonuses, Jennifer, that I give Invincible Lender, the 3-day event attendees, I give them a coaching call where I teach that. It's one of the bonuses. So if you go into Invincible Lender, I'll make sure my team lets you in. Just go under files and you can find that very easily. But if not, then just reach out to support and we'll send you a link, support at Tiffany Rose Coaching. Either way, we'll make sure we get that to you if you're really like Jones and to watch that one because it's really good teaching.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome. When you pre-schedule those, when you do create 50 pieces of content, you don't post that Canva kind of like more canned stuff. You don't post that for the next 50 days straight. You're doing that where it's just like a filler post just to stay relevant, maybe like 2 a week. And then in between that, it's your still images, it's your talking heads videos that's pre-scheduled from your teleprompter. So always mix it up where it doesn't feel like a work business page. You want it to feel fun where people are excited to go visit your page or stay on your page and scroll.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Good luck. Caesar.
Okay. Yeah, I just checked. It's module 4 for the 50 pieces. She's looking for it. Module 4. So really quick. So I have my YouTube channel. I upload my videos from Big View. So you always mention about the unlisted versus public.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get anything every time that I posted as unlisted.
Yeah.
Is that the right that I should be doing or public?
Public.
Public. Okay, I can switch everything to public.
Yeah. I noticed about a year ago, I noticed that my business page, and I just used it to run Facebook ads, but now I'm cross-posting over the last months. But I noticed that it was not, it was like something where they had to like request. I don't know. It wasn't public. So I had to go through and change the dials on it. Thank God my coach caught it. So yeah, always make everything public. Even look your personal Facebook page, you guys. Yes. If you're a lender and you're feeling like, oh, I got to be private. I don't want anyone to see where I live or my kids or what I'm doing on the weekends or my husband or whatever, you're in the wrong business. You are on social media to be a producer of leads and social media, getting eyes on your brand and who you are. So don't post your kids. If that's a belief that you have that you don't want to post your kids, you don't want people to see them, then don't post them. But you're doing it to make money. That's it. Yeah. So just really, not just you, Caesar, but whoever has that limiting belief. So
okay. You mentioned about someone in the group. I want to get new ideas about. I think that is Lana that she got 10,000 views. Is she in Ignite Facebook? So I can go into stalk her in her Facebook and say just no, just kidding. Just getting ideas for
Healthfully
videos.
stock. There's nothing wrong with that. My coach says healthfully stock those that are on your Dream 100 list. I'm like, oh, I like that word. So all good.
So what's that name?
Lana, she's on here right now. Hey, Lana, do you mind? I'm going to challenge you here. Do you mind posting that video in the private Facebook group so everyone can see what you did?
Yeah, I can do that. It's just a conversation with a couple of realtors.
Oh, okay.
Just something simple.
No big deal. I just got 10,000 views on it. Just to come.
Almost 13. Almost 13. So
Wow, that's amazing. That's it for today. But thank you so much for everything.
No problem, Caesar. I love what you're doing. Keep working. Lana, repetition is hypnotic. So any of your videos or your B-roll that got a lot of views, or that you feel like you haven't got a chance to do more B-roll or whatever, repurpose that. Use it again. Post it a week later. Not everybody sees everything all the time. Some people don't even realize that it's a new post. They think it's just a repost. Some people might think that this is just the first time they're seeing it, or that it's just popping up again in their feed. So repetition is hypnotic. Please don't have the belief that you don't want to annoy people if you post it again, or if you post it as a reel and you share it to your story and you cross post to Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Everyone's just going to get so annoyed. Hell no. That is like the way that you get people to actually, after the 5th or 6th or 8th time, go, oh, I'm seeing this again, right? I've said things so many times to people, and it's like, oh my God, Bobby, my husband, I've said things to him 9 million times, and on the 10th millionth time, he'll go, oh, that's smart, babe. I'm like, oh my God. And he runs the tech in my 3-day event. So he's heard me speak on certain things for hours and hours and hours, thousands of hours. And he just hears things sometimes for the first time. So repetition is hypnotic. You never know whether it's going to be the 5th, the 8th, or the 100th time. So repost your stuff. Your B-roll, you can change the text on screen, whatever that is. So don't want to go on a tangent on that. So let's see. I just looked and I don't. Okay. So Lori, I think somebody posted the link up there. Christelle did. Thank you. So you can scroll up in the chat and grab that. What else do we got? We got 10 minutes.
Hey, you mentioned underwriting checklists. I was looking on the site. Where do you find that?
Christelle can look while I'm talking, or she might, if she can't find it right away, follow up. I think it's in module 7, taking and tracking a lead. And there's an underwriting checklist, and there's also the 15 questions that every loan officer should know the answer to. So you want to grab that too when you get to it.
I think I found that in the resource tab. There was some guy that wrote that. Is that correct? But I couldn't find the underwriting one.
Some guy was Brian Hale, who was the CEO and president of Stearns Lending countrywide. He's been he is a genius. When he gave me that and told us how to utilize it, like, again, I almost fell out of my chair. So if you guys are past that module and you kind of skipped over it or forgot about it, go back. I mean, the stuff, I'm going to toot my own horn for a minute, but I'll do it anyways. The stuff that I'm giving you in this course is gangster. Like, it is sales in the DMs, first-time homebuyer seminars, mindset stuff, overcoming money blocks, using AI, simple stuff like video, text, done-for-you scripts, ChatGPT training. It is niches, so you're not speaking to everybody, and which means you're speaking to nobody. The riches are in the niches. This is everything that you need. It's business in a box, but you got to go in, you got to trust the process, and you got to do the work until it becomes habit, and then it becomes a lot easier for you. Let's see. So, okay, I see the questions in the chat, and I'm sure Christelle's working on it, or if not, she can post it in the private Facebook group when she gets the chance to grab it. No pressure, Christelle.
Yes, so I'm looking for some of those questions. I will have to post them once we upload this so you guys can have it.
Cool. I'm not seeing any hands raised, so go ahead and raise your hands in the reactions at the bottom. Did you find the 7 levers helpful to kind of organize your brain on picking something or what's possible? Did you find it helpful? Okay, Mike said yes. Okay, awesome. Good. Yes. Okay, good. Want to make sure I'm giving you guys the goods. So if I gave you strategy like a new strategy, or went over Opus clips, or, something, which I'll do, I mix it up once in a while. But if I did it every single time, my fear is that showing up to a coaching call is going to give you anxiety. And I don't want that. I want you to feel like, oh, okay, I feel better now. I feel like I did my big rocks. I am getting 1% better. Need to work a little bit on a little bit of technology today. I'm going to pick something. I'm going to dive into a module. I want you to feel more organized and more present when you leave these coaching calls, instead of firing off all this information and all these new things to learn, because you've got enough to learn in the actual modules itself. What I am going to do the next coaching call is I am going to go over Cast Magic, and I'm going to go over Opus. That's going to get 2 AI systems that are going to help you collapse time. So video and actually transcribing stuff on Cast Magic. I'm going to go over those 2 with you. So be prepared. It will be a little bit of strategy, but it's going to be good for you. Let's see. Did anybody raise their hand, Christelle? Oh, I see Wesley.
Yes, good morning. My question is, so I'm in the Facebook ads modules. So if I have questions on that, do I still send those to the support at Tiffany Rose, or is there a way, or do I need to be emailing Brad directly?
Brad is on once a month for the Facebook ads support. So make sure you're on those. If there's follow-up things or new things, you can bring them to support at Tiffany Rose Coaching, and my team will answer it for you, most likely. Or we'll go to Brad and find out the answer if we don't know it.
Got it. All right. Thank you.
If you're getting into, like, I know Tracy and Brandon are really heavily running YouTube and Facebook posting and ads, time for a virtual assistant. I mean, it's $4 an hour. It'll probably be $200 for the month for them to manage your ad spend, for them to post for you, for them to basically do what I was doing when I was outsourcing my Facebook ads. Brad's in Arizona now, and he is $2,500 per month. But I was paying like $250 a month or something for Norman to run Facebook ads when I was first starting. So obviously, Brad, yeah, you get what you pay for, right? So Brad drastically increased my rev and brought down my cost per lead. So yeah, $2,500 a month, but the income and the rev that he brought me was huge. But if you're having a little bit of a limiting belief on that, then start with a virtual assistant, or, like Roxy said earlier, delegate the stuff you don't want to do, or managing your CRM. If you're using Go High Level, VAs in the Philippines know Go High Level like bosses, and I have all the resources for that. So yes, Wesley, we love all your questions, by the way. Yeah, you got to start where you are, Rox. Absolutely. Okay, good. So was that good, Wesley?
Yep. I sent a question in yesterday about Facebook ads. I didn't know if I followed the right protocol, so I'll just, wait for the response and we'll go from there.
It's helpful if you screenshot too, Wesley, or if you do a Loom or like a Zoom recording and screen share. That's helpful. And it's good practice for you too, to record on Zoom, share your screen, ask your questions, and then you go in your Zoom recordings, you copy the link to the recording, and then you can send it to us. So depending on what you want to do, you can just do a screenshot, but I challenge you all to learn Zoom, because that's what's going to give you YouTube content, Opus Clips content. It's going to help you do joint collaborations and record it with real estate agents or referral partners. So that's a suggestion for you, Wesley, but not a requirement.
Got it.
Angelica.
Okay. I did my first YouTube post, but I'm wondering if I missed. Was there a button I needed to put on, or something like that to
Your post on YouTube?
Yeah.
When you upload a video, in the top right-hand side, there's like a little camera and it says upload. And then you'll go through steps. It'll say in English, do you want to pre-schedule this, or do you want to post immediately? And you put in a description, and at the bottom right, it'll take you through all the steps. So did you see all of that?
I think so. I'll check again or post again.
Okay, check again. And you've got this far. You created the content. You have the YouTube. You're going to post it. Don't give up on it. If you can't figure it out, go to office hours next Tuesday and bring your questions and get ready to screen share with Christelle. She'll be able to help you.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Make sure you guys to be aware. God, I just have all this wealth of advice, but it's because I've done all the mistakes, so I like to share these things with you. But if you spent like 75% spent a day doing 75% of the task, you're literally like 3 feet from gold or 3 feet from the finish line. So if you play around with ChatGPT and it creates you email sequences, but you don't know how to upload them to your CRM and you just give up, you just literally wasted that whole day or that whole hour, whatever amount of time, and you didn't follow it all the way through. So a lot of you, if you're doing activities and you're feeling like, God, I just work all day and I'm trying so hard. That's a common thing I hear is I'm trying so hard. You've got to complete it so hard. You got to finish it. That's when you get the result and your belief system shifts for the better, because you're going to say, oh my God, I freaking did it. Oh my gosh, I sent out that 6-week email sequence and I had the right call to action and somebody booked on my calendar link. I'm going to go do more of it. So you've got to make sure you don't stop when you're 3 feet from goal. Just follow it all the way through. So Angelica, make sure that you get to the point where you see it all the way through and you post it. And I know you will. Awesome. All right, you guys. So thank you all. Have a fab weekend. Next week, Opus and Cast Magic. And be very active in the private Facebook group. If you don't hear a walkie-talkie on Voxer, you can always DM me or email support if you need me. And I love you all and have a good weekend.